the international conference participants. It is an honor for me to present our research entitled Physics Laboratory with Smartphone, Sound, and Light. I am Imelda from TV Engineering Department of Universitas Pembangunan Jaya, and I did this research with my great lecturer, Mr. Edi Yusuf. Our research started by the world's greatest threat, COVID-19 pandemic, which that has made our activities abruptly switch to a virtual environment. Virtual laboratory sessions for every course that needed it have reduced engagement to students due to the limited hands-on experiment. So, how do we deal with this? What is the innovation can we create to prevent the emergence of lost generation? Well, we need a novel innovation to utilize the technology. Therefore, we propose the usage of sensor-utilized application in smartphones to collect, display, record, and export CSV data files like PC2Box sensor suites. We demonstrated the attenuation of light and sound intensity when they pass through various materials. Hopefully, this work can help the learning of students during the pandemic and beyond. For the next, I will explain about apparatus and software we use in this work. We made a one-side open cubic wooden box to put the smartphone inside it. The opened side is used to place the sound or light insulation materials, which are acoustic foam and glass wool for sound intensity level measurement, and 4 slices of transparent acrylic with 3 cm of thickness, together with Windows film of 40% and 60% thin level for illuminance measurement. All inner sides of the box were covered with acoustic foams to minimize sound and light scattering from various directions. In observing the data, we use sound meter and light meter feature inside PC2Box sensor suite. The sound source we use is white noise produced by Audacity, which has been installed in laptop and connected with external speaker with the fixed volume during the measurement. The light source we use is natural light between 9 until 10 AM. And now, I'd like to discuss about the data collection for sound intensity level. So, the loudness of sound is measured by sound intensity, defined by the power emitted by the sound per unit area. But, we can more achieve the sound intensity level, symbolized by beta in decibel units. Then, how we collect the data? Before anything else, we place the smartphone inside the wooden box with sound measured in PC2Box sensor suite app. For the baseline in our measurement, we performed the experiment with the open side of the box was left open without any sound insulation material present. Initially, the external speaker was placed 50 cm far from the smartphone. After 30 seconds, speaker was placed 100 cm far, then followed by the respective distance as shown in this figure. The steps were repeated by placing sound insulation materials at the open side of the box, which is 1 layer of acoustic foam, 2 layers of acoustic foam, 1 layer of glass wool, and 2 layers of glass wool. In all this measurement, we did not attempt to calibrate the built-in sensor. Our measured data were compared to the baseline values. The data collection process was performed in our broadcast studio to prevent noise from the surrounding. The obtained data can be seen in this figure. The red mark shows the measurement at one position, and there is a decrease when the distance is extended. Here, there is also a fluctuation, which is the troublemaker of the big uncertainty. Secondly, we move on into the illuminance data. This is the conceptual drawing on light attenuation when it passes a medium. It is described by the Beer-Lambert law, where I and I0 represent the incoming and transmitted light intensity. T is the thickness of the medium, and mu is the parameter which describes the medium. To start collecting the data, we place the smartphone inside the box, followed by activating the light meter in PC2Box sensor suite app. We did indoor measurement for the illuminance of the natural morning light. 1 layer of transparent acrylic was placed in open side of the box. Then, the acrylic layer was added one by one, formed 2, 3, and 4 acrylic layers after the same direction. The measurement was repeated by installing Windows film with 40% and 60% thin level for each layer of acrylic. And this is the obtained data. Illuminance drop every addition of light insolation with a little of fluctuation. After we average the recorded data and compute the standard deviation, we obtain the graph of sound intensity level as the distance function between speaker and sensor. In this graph, the standard deviation marked by the color shade region on the plot. The result is beta decays with distance, both with and without sound insulation materials. We can see that two layers of glass will provide the best sound insulation condition compared with the others. Then, the second graph illustrated the sound intensity level at two different positions, yield a linear dependence of delta beta on the log of du2 over d1, where d1 is 50 cm and d2 is the next distance with the sequence I mentioned before. Then, for the average calculation and standard deviation of illuminance data can be seen in this graph of the average for ln E over E0 as the function of thickness of the light insulating materials, where E0 is the recorded illuminance of the natural light without any light insulating material present. The standard deviation is about the size of the symbol in the plot. Well, it almost cannot be seen because it is small. This graph shows the decrease of illuminance for three cases. We can see that the acrylic with Windows film with 60% level is the most efficient light insulating setup. And the interesting point in here is the average for ln E over E0 falls off linearly with the thickness of the acrylic. But the average ln E over E0 decays much faster than a linear fall off when the 40% and 60% level used in the acrylic. It becomes the deviation of B-Lambert law. So in this work, we have shown that our simple experiment can correctly describe the spatial dependence of the sound intensity level and the Beer-Lambert law of light attenuation. The experiment allows students to obtain qualitative understanding on how type of materials and material thickness will affect the sound and light insulation. We also believe that the current setup with the use of simple apparatus and smartphone app can be an alternative e-learning ecosystem for independent, self-directed, and collaborative study for the future. We also note that there are a few limitations in this work due to the scope of this work. First, the results show clear material dependence of the sound intensity levels. However, we did not obtain the sound absorption coefficient of those materials. In this experiment, we used white noise with uniform spectral density. Thus, we did not study the absorption frequency response of the materials. Next, we observed a strong deviation of the illuminance with respect to the Beer-Lambert law when Windows film with 40% and 60% level applied. We did not attempt to explain the microscopic origin of deviation. We merely pointed out that the presence of film significantly cuts down the transmitted illuminance. We prepare self-contained module which consists of handout, instruction, and videos on how to execute the experiment from the comfort of the student's home. The module will be implemented in the introductory physics lab course for the civil engineering freshman students. In the future, we plan to perform more in-depth analysis on the experiment, such as analyzing the absorption frequency response, determining the absorption coefficient, and looking into the mechanism of light insulation of materials. And that brings us to the end. Thank you for your attention. If there is any question, please leave it in the comment column. Thank you.